pimpin', baby. This is big pimpin', spinach.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy K-Ray back at you again. And today I'm planning on doing a big cook. As you can see, I got 3 briskets right here and 4 pork shoulders. It's the picnic roast part of it, but you know, that's what I use when I do pulled pork. So on these briskets, I got 3 briskets ranging from 10 to 12 pounds. And actually, I got a pretty good deal on these briskets. They are USDA choice, which is a better cut of meat. So I really can't wait to get those on and see how those come out. And the rub that I'm gonna be using is pretty much the same. I'm gonna do my briskets Texas style, which is gonna be you know, my rub that I make. Some coarse ground black pepper and some coarse kosher salt and olive oil. And for the pork, I have a pork rub that I made. It has a few more spices in it, seasons and spices than the normal simple rub that I use. So it's actually about 11 spices in there that I'm going to use for the pork, but for the pulled pork. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna pull one of the briskets out and trim it down. Show you how I trim mine to get it ready to put on the pit. So let me get that taken care of, and I will be back with you all shortly. All right, everybody, I'm back, and what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna just trim the brisket down to the way that I like it to be trimmed, so it'll cook good for me. I mean, like this part right here, it's pretty hard, and it's maybe close to a ½ inch. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just trim this down to about a ¼ inch. That way it'll be more even cooking. And once you get your bark on it, after it's done, you can leave that on there and slice it up, you know, and serve it. If you leave this too thick, you know, it's gonna be too much fat on it to serve, and you're gonna have to cut your bark off, and that's where a lot of, you know, your flavor and stuff is at for the brisket. So what I do, I just start at this point and just cut it down about halfway. You don't want to cut it too much. Have you a good sharp knife. Knock that little fat off. Go this way. Knock some off. Even it out. All the way down. Just have to take your time. Do it slow, because you don't want to make sure you don't cut down into the meat. So that was a nice little easy trim. Just cut this little excess off on the edge. Got a little, turn it around a little bit where you can see. Got a little bit more right here. Just cut it off easily. Turn it over. This big hunk of fat right here, it definitely gotta go. So I'm gonna cut all that off. just cut it down thin as I possibly can right before you get to the meat. This part right here, just gonna hang over the edges and burn, so cut it off as well. This side here on the flat, just even this off. This part of the flat, I'm gonna cut it down to, it's about 1/4 of an inch. Think that's too bad. Think that'll work for me. Square it off right there. Now, on the point, see what excess I have hanging over. Just hit it right there. Square it off right here. That little part off right there. Get a little bit of this fat on the back side. Get a little bit of the silver skin off the back. Not too much on here, but just take off as much as I can. Square it off a little bit more. Little piece right here. Gone. Alright. Think that'll do it. This is the way I trim my briskets. Still gotta trim the fat cap down. Still got about 1/4 inch on here. Got this big hard block of fat off. Squared it up. Took most of the silver skin off. Not too worried about the silver skin. Really not a big problem with me on that. that's it. Next thing I'm gonna do is season it up. Put the rub on it. I'll show you that process with one brisket, and then I will do the other two, and start my fire on my pit. Get my pit up to temp. Throw these babies on. All right, that'll do it. Later. All right, everybody, I'm back, and I'm ready to season up the brisket. So what I'm gonna do is use some extra virgin olive oil. This is my coarse ground black pepper and kosher salt mixture, 2 to 1 with the pepper being 2, salt being 1 ratio, and just my rub that I make. So just hit the brisket, some extra virgin olive oil, rub it in real good, all over. Just go with my black pepper and salt. Don't need a lot, just heat it up evenly. Just to look at it right there, just that simple. Come back and hit it with some K-Ray's rub, versatile rub. Even it out, grab it, flip it over, do the same thing on the fat cap side. And I cook my briskets fat side up. Most of the time I can cook them without wrapping them, but if I do have to wrap them, I won't wrap them in foil. I'll be wrapping them in some butcher paper. So we'll see how it goes in this cook. It's definitely gonna be a long cook, so I'm up early trying to get started. So I can give me some sleep later on this evening, tonight. Really, I'm doing this for an event that we're having Saturday. Just me and a few of my friends got together. We do this every year at this neighborhood park where we grew up at. Everybody just get together, have a good time. It's kind of like what we call our prelude to the summer. Cause it's gonna get real hot down here pretty soon, and we want to go on and get this out the way early while we still have some good weather and no rain. Hopefully, when I did my last cook, it rained on me, so I'm hoping it don't rain this time. Keep my fingers crossed on that. All right, there she go. She ready. So I'm gonna just let this sit out. Get to room temperature, and by the time our pit come up to temp, which will probably be about an hour and a half maybe, they'll be ready to go. I just let them sit out and throw them on. So I'm gonna do the same process as far as the trimming and the rub application are the same with the other 2 briskets that I have. And on the shoulders, really don't have to do any trimming or anything like that on those. I'll just use a dry rub. I don't use any marinades. I don't use any injections or nothing like that because I like the bold flavor of the meat. I will spritz some. On the briskets, I'm gonna be spritzing with beef broth. I notice a lot of people like to inject with beef broth, but I'm gonna spritz with it instead of apple juice. I'm gonna use apple juice and apple cider vinegar mixture for the shoulders that I'm gonna do. So I think that's it. I'm gonna prep these other two, get them ready to go, and once my pit gets up to temp, I will be getting back with y'all. Thank you. What's up, everybody? It's your boy K-Ray back at you again, and rolling right along with the briskets and the butts. About 2 hours in. Take a look inside and see what we got here. All right. Thing looking pretty good. Nice color. Pit holding temp really well. Smells really good too. So what I'm gonna do, probably let them roll by. Well, I think I might go ahead and spritz those butts. Keep some moisture in those. And wait probably about another hour or so on the briskets. Keep them rolling. Go back here and see what my fire look like. Firebox burning really nice, really good. Nice, efficient burning now. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a long one, but I'm prepared to tough it out. Got the little canopy up there just in case it rains, so ready to rock and roll. Let them roll a couple more hours, then I'll get back with y'all later. All right, everybody, I'm back. About 4.5 hours into the cook. See what we got going on here. Check the temps on the temperature gauges. Got this side holding at 250. Got this side over here holding at 230. So that's pretty good. It's tuned pretty good. Little temperature gauge going off. Got my briskets up to 170, and got my butts at 141. Oh well, don't want to act right. I'll fix it in a minute. See what we got. All right, butt's looking pretty good. Do a quick little spritz on them right quick. Keep a little moisture in them. Four and a half hours in, that's pretty good color on them. Put them back in, let them roll a little bit longer. See how the brisket's looking over here. Brisket's looking good as well. 4.5 hours, 170, not too bad. Do a little quick spritz on them. Beef broth, still cooking fat side up. Have to excuse me a little bit.
Everything gonna be a little bit wobbly because I'm working one hand and working by myself. Unfortunately, K-Ray don't have a cameraman, so got to do one-man show. Alright, this how we looking. I'm gonna let them roll on and get back with you in a little bit later. Alright, everybody, it's your boy K-Ray. Excuse me, it's your boy K-Ray back at you. About 7.5 hours into the cook. Looking pretty good. Got my butt stay hitting around about 170 right now. Briskets hitting around about 160. So they coming along pretty good. So put them back in, let them finish rolling a little bit more, and I'll hit y'all back in a little bit later. All right, everybody. It's your boy K-Ray. I'm back at you. And this is my finished product on the brisket. Actually, I didn't get a chance to cut the brisket or anything, you know, the first day that I cooked it, because I was like so overwhelmed with work. And, you know, I had to do these briskets and the butts, and I also had to do like 9 bacon explosions, you know, that I didn't put on film. And so it was kind of overwhelming, you know, as far as the filming process go, the videoing process go. And, you know, I was more focused on trying to get the, you know, the food right rather than doing the video. So really, this is the finished product on one of the briskets a couple of days later. I did have to put it in the fridge here, and put it in the fridge to, you know, to keep it good and preserved. But you know, as I was warming up some of the pieces, I was like, man, you know, let me go on and put some of these you know, pieces on here to show people the finished product, so I don't waste my whole video. And these are some of the pieces that I warmed up here. I just warmed them up on my New Wave for about 3 or 4 minutes. And you can see, you know, I got a nice smoke ring on there. Everything is nice, still nice and juicy. See juice still, you know, coming out the brisket here. So, you know, I really would have liked to showed it, you know, when I first, you know, took it off, but hey, man, it go like that sometime. Like I said, I just learned something as far as doing big quantity cooks and trying to video at the same time. So I'm not a professional at this. So, but it, you know, I still have something to show, and I will do another cook, you know, just focusing on the brisket itself. I'll probably just do one brisket, and I know I can get that taken care of. But like I say, you know, still got nice smoke ring. You can see nice smoke ring, still tender, still juicy. Everything is still good on the brisket. So, I mean, tender enough where I can just tear a piece with one hand. Good flavor, good smoke. So that's my finished product. Like I say, it's not really my best filming effort, but the food came out good. I mean, my best videoing effort, but the food still came out good. It's still tasty. I'm still serving people this, you know, a couple of days later, and they loving it. So, you know, bark good. Everything's still good. Like I say, I just didn't get to film the end when I took it off the pit. And this is like after being in the fridge for a couple of days and reheated. And it's still good. So, that's it. Appreciate everybody tuning in, commenting, subscribing. And I will be back with some more videos in the near future. Y'all have a good one. Thank you. Man, them pieces disappearing pretty quick. Just add on, I flipped it over on the plate. Looks a lot more juicy on this side. Just to, you know, that you see. one more time, but I forgot to flip it over when I was doing the last cut. So this is it for sure this time. I'm out again. Thank you.